smile on your face. So turn up your speakers, lock it on your crispy shoes. Welcome everyone, now let's find out what it do. What it do with your body, Henry? Hip hop, video games, topics that turn on the brain. What it do with your body, Henry?
Hey yo, what it do, people? Welcome to What It Do with Jabari Henry with your host, Jabari Henry. Today we are doing a bit of a Shark Tank kind of thing, where we're talking about movies we bring to games and games we bring to movies, vice versa, and everything else. As usual, I have with me, I have Daniel. What's up, Daniel?
Hey, how's it going?
Always love the energy. And Andrew.
No! We're good. Hope everyone's ready for an awesome episode.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, if that doesn't do good, I don't know what will.
Oh, my ears won't survive.
Everyone turning down the volume in their cars now.
That literally scared the shit out of me. Holy
I don't think I can sleep tonight. Anyway, like I said, this is going to be kind of like a Shark Tank kind of thing. So we will be pitching ideas to each other. And by the end, we're going to talk about what we want to invest in, quote unquote. Give a coin. I'll give you guys a penny for your project. How about that?
Every little bit counts, my guy.
Every little bit counts. Every little bit counts.
My school debt.
All right. So I think to begin, Andrew.
Yes, I'm very excited, as you can tell, for my picks. So
at a nice, adequate volume. Tell us your
control myself.
Yes. So, tell us your game of the movie.
Basically, this is a game that I held dear from my childhood. That when it hit me, I realized it was perfect for a movie or some sort of adaptation. But it's got to be Destiny. The amount of marketing power Destiny has, where you have your own guardian and customize them the way you want, just really stuck out to people. It really hit that MMO customization, like individual aspect that I think a lot of people could get behind. And the lore and the monsters are absolutely crazy, and the different weapons that they could have the chance to showcase, as well as like have a very satisfying progression throughout the movie or show of the characters getting stronger and overcoming the different trials and puzzles and stuff like that. And I think it would even surpass the game by having, like, you know, a written story for the characters to go with the lore of the set-in universe, and have like a band of characters, a squad that we could actually get attached to. And
it's sort of like this is sort of like the what is the D&D movie that's kind of out right now.
Ooh.
Kind of. So
that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from what you're telling me.
As a shark grading your pitch, I'm out.
Damn.
I hate Destiny.
It is Chores, the video game, but it is so much fun.
It is
when you're actually
Chores the movie.
Chores the movie would slap and make $10 bajillion.
No, I wouldn't necessarily like. I'm not gonna shut this down automatically. Like, I'm not a Destiny fan, so like I don't really. Again, like kind of like you said, like it's kind of Chores the video game. That's what I know it as. A little bit of play of it. That's what I've kind of gained from it. You know.
Well, at least with the adaptation, you would be able to cut out all those chores or make it like a minute or two montage of farming, and then you could get back to the good stuff.
That's what I'm trying to say. So like,
so
the thing is, like, I'm still not sold on it being like a movie.
What are we looking at? Ticket sales?
Because
what's 10% equity looking like? Come on, tell me.
10% of my ass.
You know what?
Is cursing not allowed?
No, it's in line. It's allowed.
I'm sorry, kids.
I'm contemplating if I'm sold or not. That's the thing.
It would be 100% execution. Don't get me wrong.
100% execution. All right, so
okay. Who would we cast? Go.
Oh shit! All right, so obviously Emma Stone, as
I
a
was waiting
hunter.
for it.
I mean, obviously, what are we playing? Fucking House over here? We're obviously getting Emma Stone in there. Henry Cavill as a Titan. That would be good.
Uh-huh.
We
Yeah.
gotta get fucking. I would love Woody Harrelson as another hunter, so he can be very condescending. That sounds good.
Mm.
We can have Jesse Eichman, who played Lex Luthor in the Justice League movie. I mean,
Okay.
Jesse Eisenberg? Is it
It was
Eisenberg?
Eisenberg.
Isaac. Yeah.
I
It was
think
one of them.
he would be a good warlock just to die. I love him though. He can just
Shut up,
he
shut up.
plays hateable characters really well. And
I don't recognize anybody. I don't know anything of Destiny, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about besides that.
Yeah, same here. I'm just, like you said, Titan. I'm like, okay, I'm guessing he's like a brute.
yeah, and
I literally
rest
thought of
to Lance, of course, the voice for Zavala.
Of course,
I,
I
li-
know her. That's my favorite
He would just
character.
be
Who's that?
irreplaceable.
I literally thought you meant like a giant ass person in the team. I'm like, I don't remember seeing that in the trailers.
They're definitely there. The Titans, the
Dog, I'm thinking like Titan, like a 15-foot, like a 1,500-foot person.
some Attack on Titan. Hey,
Exactly.
they should really make a movie out of that. I'm just kidding.
Is this you trying to pivot to Attack on Titan?
And
Okay.
so, do I move on to my second pitch?
No, what? We're gonna get through the games to movies first, and then we'll get to
Sounds
the other
good.
ones. Mm-hmm. So as of now, I'll get to what I think about yours by the end of the episode. I think I got you.
I'm out.
Listen. I'm gonna mull it over.
Do you want to go, Jabari, or do you want me to go?
No, you go, Daniel. You go.
Okay.
I'm actually very interested to hear your hear yours.
So my game to movie is pretty much going to be the Marvel Universe, but video game style. I'm talking about Overwatch. Now there's a lot of lore already in the games and everything. There's already an ensemble cast, so we can just go in like a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5,000, like they do in Marvel, with all the Overwatch characters. And there's obviously lore there, but like you just hear it in like you just hear it in passing. Like there's no solid story. There's no like, oh, this happened, except for like maybe 1 or 2 shorts. So I feel like Overwatch would be a very good place to start.
I think more like a thing like this happened, more like a kind of like what the MCU they do with their shows.
Yeah. So the reason why like I did mull this over because I was like, oh, I'd love to see like an Assassin's Creed movie, blah blah blah, blah. But like or something like that. And
I think that happened already.
It did, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But like the reason why I was like, oh, this would be perfect because there is some story there, though it's not fully fleshed out, and a movie would a movie would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like it could very well take over like Marvel style. Like we could have movies after movies after movies after movies for all the characters and have them intertwined.
Is this live action or animated?
Yes, either or. Most likely animated. I wouldn't mind if we were gonna do this live action. That would work too. It is possible, as we can see, but yeah, I think it would be really good because, like, as I said, I was like mulling it over, and like I'd love to see some other franchises, but there's already so much story involved. There's already like enough story to the point where it's not enough.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to go off of. There's just you either make the game verbatim into a movie or you put a twist on it. So I think that's why Overwatch makes a really good pick, just because there's lore, but it's not fleshed out yet.
I like to bring this up to you, right? So, because Overwatch was actually a fleeting thought for me, right? But I thought of it more like I see what you're going with the whole like MCU kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it's more fitting as like a Saturday morning cartoon. Something more oh my god, I'm trying to think something more like Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. where like they talk about this stuff and they do actually go back and like talk about like old lore and things like that within the show. So like we'd have an episode based on like Tracer's relationship with Widowmaker, you know?
Well,
And
you said movies, so I'm filling in the prompt, my guy. So, but I would think a movie might be better.
I
Just
did mention any of them, but like continue.
I do think a movie would be good, just because like it's definitely possible. Like we definitely see it in like the event. I'm genuinely making this Overwatch, the Marvel universe, the MCU or whatever, because like it's very much possible, because they do have that ensemble cast kind of situation going on, and like we have like the good heroes, like, so we have like the set Avengers with like Winston, Tracer, Genji, Thor, them.
Soldier.
That's like Soldier, yeah, the boring one, like the boring ones, the set Avengers, and then we got like the villains. We got Hydra, we got like Widowmaker, Doomfist, Sigma, not Tracer, Sombra, like we have them there. And then we'll have like some like weirdos off the side, like Eternals. Well, like with Junkrat, Roadhog, and Junker Queen, right there.
Okay.
So yeah.
I see that. No, I see what you're going with. I see what you're going
So
with.
like there's a possibility to get up to like we could have like Overwatch movie 1, Tracer's origins, and then like Winston's origins, and then Genji's origins, yada yada, like Marvel Phase 1, and then like the 5th movie in the franchise is Overwatch 1, the Overwatching or something, like the comeback, where it's everybody. So like yeah, there's possibility, there's momentum. I already see this going up in like a whole bunch of classrooms and schools when teachers don't want to do anything, just watching these movies.
All right, so in other words, this is gonna take like at least 2 of my lifetimes to finish.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
I'll never see the conclusion of this.
And then we're gonna have like people who swear that these are amazing movies and all that they're phenomenal masterpieces, when they're just average movies. They're good movies, but they're average. So yeah, it's gonna have the same issues that we have with the MCU, just Overwatch. I'm reskinning the MCU.
We still watch the MCU, right?
Yeah, in my universe it still exists, but it's yeah.
Definitely gonna do better than DC, that's for sure.
All right, you don't gotta shoot my guy. All right?
All right, I think I'll take from here.
Let's go.
Okay, so my pick, I think this should have happened ages ago. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, and it's a Metal Gear Solid. How is like the Metal Gear Solid like, games not become like a movie series already? Hideo Kojima, like, he's a gigantic movie buff. He made like in his games, he's basically trying to make a movie. He's a game developer that got stuck in doing game development and not in like the movie industry.
That's very true, because then he made Norman Reedus with a fetus. I forgot what that game is. And
what's it called? Death Stranding.
Yeah, isn't that supposed to be like a super cinematic video game or something like that?
It's extremely cinematic. It's extremely boring to me as well.
So yeah, I would see those. I would definitely see those as a very good not like I don't want to say like James Bond, because it's not Gentleman Spy. It's more like,
I was more so thinking of like, because I played the games, right? I played the games. I'm thinking we could take this more into like the line of maybe a thing like Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I was thinking like that.
Something like that, mixed with something like John Wick.
I was thinking more like James Bond, like classic espionage meets like Black Hawk Down, something like that, with like a true military movie, something along those lines. Quick on the spot. Who would you cast as Snake? Go.
What's it called? As soon as he asked me, I lost it. On the spot. Damn it! I hate everything. I hate you, Daniel.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna ask this question too.
Just say Henry Cavill already.
Henry Cavill.
Damn, that's weak.
I know. I'm gonna come with you because there's actually an actor that like desperately wants to play Snake.
That's weak.
Like whenever a movie comes out.
But I can see that. I can see that being
yeah,
a very good choice.
be very. I feel like that would be very good in multiple movies as well. It could definitely become a franchise. It could even like have its own spin-off stuff, kind of like what they did with Metal Gear Rising, when you'll have Raiden on the side. Thing like that. You have your own stuff with Big Boss.
I think the only thing with that is that there's hella fucking lore in Metal Gear.
And I mean, what's stopping us from not starting from the beginning?
I mean, yeah, but there's like hella fucking lore in Metal Gear. So like eventually, just hypothetically, obviously, if like eventually when we do get to like, what was it, Sons of Anarchy or something like that?
Yeah.
Like they either have to simplify it so that way everybody knows, or they have to like handhold and make sure everybody knows that everybody is controlled by somebody else higher above them in that universe. That's my only gripe. What would you offer me if I were to endorse your movie?
What would I offer you?
Yeah, what's my stake into it if I decide to invest?
Well, I have a very, very great offer for you, actually.
I don't know. You couldn't give me an actor, so
sorry.
You couldn't give me an actor for your main cast, so unfortunately,
no, bro. This is very easy. Like I thought of this before. I was gonna give you like a nice like a free DVD when the movie comes out, when you give me all your money and I run away with it. And I was also gonna give you like maybe like a DVD box set of like Hunter x Hunter.
With that, I'm out. I hope the other sharks on this panel will endorse you, but I'm out. Thank you very much.
You're getting way more with me than Andrew right now.
I hope my other shark over here will have a good. Will be able to be more. I hope my other shark will be a little bit more kinder to you, but I'm out.
I think the story of the Metal Gear games is absolutely amazing. I think it might have to get like trimmed a little bit, the fat 100%. Of being 20 years old, but like if you did that, you got it like a little more streamlined, kept it like a little dark and gritty and like serious.
There it is. Wait, I'm sorry, Andrew. Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
that was the actor.
Not who I thought of immediately, but not upset about it either.
And like thinking about it more, I actually would like to see, especially for like a younger Snake. Remember, forget who he's playing now. Remember, he played the brother in the MCU for the Avengers Age of Ultron. I forget the actual character.
Brother?
He played Wanda's brother.
Oh. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, bro's a punk now. Bro's a Chad. And like last time I saw him, like I could definitely see him as like a solid Snake.
So here's my question though. With that movie franchise, would we start at the very, 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 very beginning in the past with Big Boss, or we would start with Solid Snake?
I feel like it makes more sense to establish, like Andrew says, like you've mentioned, there's hella lore in this series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be smarter to actually start from the very beginning, kind of think like a Captain America, first Avengers scenario, and from there we branch off into the rest of the the rest of the games and how they carry off. Andrew, you also mentioned like, you have to trim the fat with a lot of different stuff, and I completely agree. I believe it was Metal Gear Solid 4. There was like a 2-hour cutscene.
Oh, no way! 2 hours?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Once again, this man wants to make movies. He's just trapped making games.
It's so sad.
this is what he wants to do. I remember, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 3. There was like an extreme, it's 3 or 4. I can't remember. I need to play these games again. But it's like very infamous of like a very long climb up a ladder, and it's just like you're listening to like the full like James like their James Bond kind of song, like intro song they play in the beginning as he's climbing up the ladder, and then listening to like everything that's happened in the game to this climbing and climbing and climbing, and it feels never ending. There has to be a stopping point. Like I would imagine Kojima would be the one directing these things, right? It's his baby.
Or at least
But like we need someone with him because his brain.
Yeah.
We love him, but I feel like his brilliance needs to be controlled to some degree. To some degree. Not saying to like he has no like I want him like directly involved with it because it's his baby. I feel like it would run a good ship when he's with it. You have the original creator, but like when you have your when you are like doing something with your baby, your series, I feel like you're gonna wanna put everything that you ever worked on, every little bit into it.
I think you would at least consult.
Setting, I don't know if that's gonna be possible. At least that's what I think.
I think you should at least consult.
I think Hideo Kojima is a very creative person. I think if he gets the chance to make a movie, that he's gonna be like, okay, I need to bust out like every idea I've had that like I wish I could take out. Like, and I think we're gonna see something like completely new if that were the reality.
I think what he suffers from, I mean, this is coming from like a filmmaking standpoint, is that his pacing is way off.
Very.
Like I mean, then again, we're looking at this from his video game perspective. But if he could consult and bring someone in, like a proper director who knows how to make movies properly.
That's what I'm saying. Like a co-director. Like I don't want him not being a part of the project. He needs to be a part of the project.
Yeah.
But I think there needs to be someone with him there, especially though going from games to movies. And I think it'll be very beneficial for him and be very beneficial for the fans.
I think
we don't want another Uncharted situation.
God forbid.
I think. Well, here's the thing, and I was actually going to use that as an example. I think the picks that we brought out are pretty good because, like, when picking for like when thinking about this, you don't want to go with like I think games like Uncharted and like what's that, a Tomb Raider. They jump out because like they seem perfect. They have a good action character, and they have a plot and everything already pre-made. The only thing with them is that they're pretty much already like their plot is already made. Like we already see their plot go hand in hand, the twists, the turns, because a video game tells a story. So I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing like a very good like older games being brought out because they have literally nothing in terms of story to like be fleshed out. Because like that's why I think the Mario movie is gonna most likely do well, hopefully, just because like
Mario doesn't really have a story.
Yeah, exactly. Mario never had the story is, oh no, Princess Peach is captured. Let's go get her. Sweet and simple, right? That can be built upon.
That's the issue.
that can be built upon like tenfold. So like if we take old games, and I'm gonna use this as an example, like Dig Dug, you could just literally build that into so much and make that into like a horror survival kind of movie. It would be great. Oh my god, there's so many possibilities especially with these older games because they have no plot.
Moving on to the other way around. Andrew, we'll let you start first again. This is movies to video games.
All right. You ready? So
I'm ready.
Hit us with your pitch.
There is a movie/show, there's two, called Limitless. And the plot is if there was a pill/drug that you could take that enhanced your intelligence by over 1,000 times, basically allowing you to do anything you want in the world for a good 24 hours as long as you have the pill. However, I would definitely make this like a David Cage game, something like very heavily like story and decision driven.
Okay.
So when you get the pill, you can decide what you want to do with it, and then different consequences arise, as well as like those consequences can mix to hopefully have like a very interesting plot.
All right.
So if
That
you go and you make yourself rich with stocks instantly, you're gonna run into people that are gonna try and steal that money from you in horrible ways. If
yeah.
you use it to try and become like a womanizer or something and get tons of girls, you're gonna find a girl that ends up being just as crazy and tries to kill you. I don't know. Something interesting where like, be careful what you wish for type game. And
Yeah.
I think that could have so much replayability because there's hundreds of things you could do with unlimited intelligence.
Okay, I'm a little on the fence about making it a David Cage game because like yes, it would be cool because that movie doesn't have like it doesn't have a lot of action in terms of like what you would see in a video game, but
Mhm.
it does have a lot of potential in terms of like thrilling moments for the character.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, if we're talking about David Cage, his video games are I wouldn't they barely qualify as
No,
video
yeah.
games
I'm
because
talking
they're
Pretty much.
perfect execution. Like if this game was made like perfect execution type thing. But also hear me out. David Cage games, they have their flaws, but they are incredibly entertaining. They do have like a lot of different
yeah.
pathways and are
Yeah,
very
yeah.
silly at a lot of points.
I'm not taking that away from you. I'm
Okay, okay.
100% not taking that away from you. It's just that like as your resident shark, I'm a little iffy because you're taking a movie and you're making it pretty much
To another
interactive.
movie, basically.
Yeah. I see the potential, but without a solid plan, unfortunately, I'm out.
I gotta write a whole fucking plot synopsis. Some type of
Yeah.
Bandersnatch, so then you can be like, you know what?
Well, because
Still
like,
no.
okay, what's the difference between a David Cage game and Bandersnatch?
Well, Bandersnatch is definitely more linear, I would say. Bandersnatch is definitely a game, like if we call it a game just based off like
Mhm.
decisions, it's very linear and like they do kind of hold your hand and say like you should probably go like this way. Come on, here. Look at what's behind this door. I know you want to see what's behind the door. Like you can go
Mhm.
that way, but like you should totally go this way. But
I feel like they kind of do that with David Cage games. I'm not gonna lie.
if
I mean,
I'm basing this off Detroit Become Human, and
I
that
know you
game
are,
was very expansive.
and I'm basing
mhm.
this on what's that one with the raining
Heavy
with the
Rain is
rain?
already so
It's about Heavy
outdated.
Rain.
I'm
I played
basing
Heavy
this off
Rain.
of Heavy Rain.
That's what
Heavy
I.
Rain
That's
was
what
so
I.
fun. Well, if we're talking about like the expansiveness of Heavy Rain and how many endings there were, that was unbelievable for its time. And I would say
Yeah,
still
easy.
a lot now for
Yeah,
all the
but you know
endings
what I
it could
also
have.
think of, Andrew? You know what I also think of?
Mm.
I think of this one experience with Heavy Rain, where like when I first played it, I played the demo, and literally with every interaction, I just didn't press any buttons to see what would happen. Yeah,
Very
and in
nice.
the in the in the story, just kept going. Like like I didn't die. I was getting bludgeoned by this guy that was beating his wife. I was getting bludgeoned by him, and like I just lived. Nothing happened. No real consequence. I think there's only one time in the game where someone can actually die. But yeah, it's just those games don't feel like much. I know Detroit Become Human has did something a bit different. I think the characters do actually die this time. Am I right, Andrew?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
What's it called? Detroit Become Human. Did the characters actually die this time?
Yeah, no plan. I think a good like 60% of the cast could die in
50%,
Detroit. I would say 60, yeah.
60%. Ooh, better than 50. See what you're going at, but like I gotta think with David Cage games. I just it's they're
I
just not
mean,
for me.
I think where we're running with this, and I'm sorry to poop in your Cheerios, Andrew, is that like David Cage games are video games by a technicality. So you're
How
putting,
can you say that?
bro.
No, we
I'll
got
be
our
honest.
quick time events, we got our story decision making, I
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
think
I feel kind of the same way about the Telltale Games stuff because
Okay.
they're also on the fence. I'm
no
like,
way.
is it pretty much a story that you get to interact with? But
All of
Mhm.
our fans are gonna
I
dox your house for talking shit
you know
about
what?
Telltale.
You know what? You know what? They can come in at me. I don't give a shit.
Let them come, bro. I'm not scared of
Let them
them.
come, bro. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm right. Because I feel like they like, yes, our decision matters, but I feel like at the end of the day, they're barely video games.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. And
I
Andrew,
I need to take a shower after this conversation. You slander story games too far.
All right, everybody, crucify me. Go.
Fuck
um,
you.
and,
This game would be fucking
Andrew,
Slapulous, and I'd play Limitless, the video game, for 500 hours.
Oh, I know you would. I mean, look, it
Andrew,
has its audience.
I
Like
get
definitely has
your,
its audience.
I get what you're saying completely. You know, with what you want to do. Like with the limitless game, and like I completely I get it. I understand. Is the concept and everything is cool. It's just like
I'm here to shit in your Cheerios, bro.
they're 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 not games to me. They're not games. They're interactive stories, and you get to move the character around a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it feels like to me when I played. When I played, that's how it feels like to me. I
Good
love you.
story. They're good stories. They're great stories. Don't get me wrong. We're not taking that
Story.
away from it. They're great stories.
The silence is
Uh,
is very loud.
and this is Andrew's last episode, everybody. It was great having him on the show.
What the fuck? What the hell? You can't do this to me.
He probably hates us so much. Jason!
Okay, we're gonna let Andrew ponder, his thoughts and what he's gonna do with his life after this. Daniel, what do you do?
Okay. I have two picks.
Alright.
My main one is I want an Indiana Jones game, not like the Lego games. Like like, and I don't know. I haven't seen
And
anything
I'm
on
out.
the Bethesda,
That's the only reason I want
Bethesda
one.
take, but I want one where it's like The Last of Us, kind of where it's like it's progressing. Like the story is just always going into one direction, and like there's action along the way. That kind of style would be so fucking good with indie. Oh my god,
Like
I'd love it.
Uncharted.
No, not Uncharted. I feel like Uncharted is very. My issue with Uncharted is that it I feel like The Last of Us is more plot driven. It's more plot focused, in my opinion, or at least it comes off that way. It comes off
I don't
that
know.
way to me.
Being someone who's played every game, bought a Vita just to play the Vita spin-off game. They're made by the same company as well.
Yeah, they are Naughty Dog.
Follow
But
the same kind of stance. Like how it is. Like the for me, I feel like the only thing that's really, really different between the two is like and how the way they structure the story is just like how the gameplay is. And I feel like Uncharted's gameplay fits more of indie than anything else.
I think Uncharted's gameplay is more action than I would like it to be for an Indiana Jones story. Because like at the end of the day, for me, I love the story for Indiana Jones and everything. I feel like yes, there's a bunch of action. We're shooting Nazis all around and everything, but if we can peel that back a little, focus on the characters, focus on Indy a little bit more as he progresses, and focus on the history that's being presented to us there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of pace would be really good, and just kill it. Like obviously have our action sequences and make sure like that carries over, like that carries through and keeps everybody engaged. But I think if we
seeing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like if we keep it like I like The Last of Us a little bit more, because I just feel like The Last of Us focus is more I feel
It's way more on stealth.
Huh?
I feel like it's playing The Last of Us. I feel like it's way more on like a stealthy kind of game. There's less like shootouts like there is in Uncharted.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for.
Mhm.
I feel like it would kind of pace a little bit better. But that's my choice.
No, I
Okay.
think that's pretty
All right,
interesting.
my Cheerios are ready. Go ahead, take a dump in it.
All right. I actually sat down and watched all three. No. There's four of them, but we watched three because only three exist, right, Daniel? Indiana Jones
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. I don't know. They haven't announced 4 yet. I don't know what they're talking
Yeah, I
about.
don't think I don't
I don't know
remember.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I sat down with you. I watched all of the Indiana Jones movies with you. I totally see where you're coming from, where it was like, oh, you kind of see it more like a stealth thing because he's there,
He's not looking for a
solving-
fight. He's just looking to put everything in a museum. That's all.
Yeah.
It just so happens that he gets
having
the
to
beat
fight
shit out of
sometimes.
everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like again, and like I hate to say it, like Uncharted is based off of Indiana Jones, and that's like
Yeah. I know.
and like the way the games are structured, the way the games are built. Again, I've watched all the Indiana Jones movies. The fourth one hasn't been announced yet. I've watched the three that are there, the trilogy.
There's no 4 when it comes to Indiana Jones.
No four.
I will be watching the fifth one when it comes out.
All the Uncharted games, and I feel like, and I think to say that like Uncharted isn't what you would want from like for an Indiana Jones games is kind of off because essentially like what Nate wants is basically the same thing. He's not putting them in a museum.
Yeah,
Nate's thing is very much like a selfish gain for him.
Yeah,
but he still uses stealth is still like a big part, especially in like the later games, like 4 and 3. They deal with stealth a lot more, and I feel like when the Indiana Jones games, I feel like you want to solve like some puzzles, set by whatever treasure he's trying to go for, and Uncharted does that. That's what breaks up the gameplay between like the action sequences. I feel like the actual bones and structure, I think should come from Uncharted, should come from something like Tomb Raider.
I think so. Here's my thing, and like I wholeheartedly I wholeheartedly acknowledge that obviously they're based off of Indiana Jones. I completely get that, but the thing that kind of puts me off from making it into an Uncharted style game or anything like that is that it feels so much more action heavy to me, like basically everything that like from what I've seen, and like it kind of puts me off from making that kind of situation. Like it's an adventure movie. Yes, there's always going to be action. There's always going to be set pieces and all that, but I feel like if we take away from that a little bit, like take away that pace and slow it down a little bit to where like to that Last of Us pace with the stealth and everything, and just take a moment to like really like dissect everything, I think it would end up being a much better game. But this is my opinion. Obviously, I'm very much a history buff, and I would very much like to see that in an Indiana Jones game. So I think that kind of that slower style of a gameplay would very much work out into it.
Not to say I didn't learn anything from Uncharted and its history, because it talks about history as well.
I don't give a shit. But stop.
I did.
No, Uncharted. Give me Last of Us.
I said I digress. You said you had a second one. Tell me.
Oh yeah. So with now the phenomenal Arkham games and the Spider-Man games, I want my fucking Superman game now, please. I want a good one. I don't want no fucking 60-man 64 fucking or that 2008 Superman Returns game, which had kind of like the right idea but went about it the wrong way. I want a proper Superman game, please, and thank you.
Okay, so question for you. I think the main reason Superman has been a very hard character to make a game for,
it's because he's broken. I know.
Again, it's because of who he is.
Yeah. He's broken. Yeah.
How can you nerf him to the point where it's like you can make a proper game out of it? It's not just you chucking fools everywhere and becoming super easy. Because again, bullets pop off them, all that kind of stuff. Like, how do you make it simple and easy enough for it.
I mean, I ain't no game
Like,
developer or anything.
I know,
My
but
first,
no,
my
no,
first
nor am
instinct,
I. But like,
my,
just crack theory. How would you do it?
my first and very first instinct is just pretty much make it like an origin story kind of style game where he's basically just learning about
A
his
one game kind of
powers.
thing.
Yeah, and just building up to becoming Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? I don't know. Maybe we could go to like fast forward to him taking on Darkseid. I don't know. Something where we build up to him becoming Superman feels like a proper way to go about it.
Okay, I'm more so thinking, right? Think about this. I'm more so thinking. Um, you tell me. You tell me what you think.
I also want my Green Lantern game, by the way. But anyways,
Ooh. If you could figure out a way to like translate like imagination
It'll
from
be
the
so simple.
player to the freaking ring.
Green Lantern Scribblenauts.
Oh my
That was the first thing
god.
that came to my mind. First thing that came out. Didn't they
Ooh,
have a
that's
DC
pretty
game?
fire.
What was that, Jabari?
Didn't they have a DC game?
I don't fucking know.
Nothing to make us remember it, I guess.
Yeah, if they did it in secret. But anyways, you were saying?
Yeah. It's if we're gonna shut this down instantly, I think most of the games should take place on like Apocalypse, right?
Not a bad idea.
And then I feel like you get to go to Metropolis, like once the Apocalypse is done and all that kind of nonsense. Like Metropolis is your main hub, where you really like get to mess around with your powers and all that. Like where your true sandbox is
Not
once you get through the game.
not entirely a bad idea. I just feel like if we were to do that kind of Apocalypse kind of style game, it would end up being what are these games called, or the style? I'm drawing the biggest blank. Or
Just give me an example.
or
We
it's
could
like Hyrule Legend Warriors, whatever.
Hyrule what?
Where it's like you
yeah,
get
no, I get you. Like Hyrule Warriors,
Yeah,
Dynasty Warriors.
yeah.
Mm.
I feel like it would just end up being like that because like the thing about Apocalypse is that Apocalypse has fucking just volumes and volumes and volumes. Though, sidebar,
Mm-hmm.
a DC style Dynasty Warriors game, very cash grab right there. Very
Oh, yeah.
good. Patent
Mm-hmm.
pending. But I feel like could be possible. I don't. I think. I'm not. I don't know. It's just they're obviously he's a broken guy, and
It's difficult to kind of mess around.
but
with
like I feel like at the same time, the thing about Superman is that he learns to limit himself through experience, because like even the buildings of Metropolis are sacred to him. Like he wouldn't
Mhm.
he wouldn't on purpose
Yeah.
destroy them. But I mean, obviously that shit happens and everything. But
So
yeah,
it goes to
I
something
think
else.
I just want that to happen.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. So I like the first one more. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
I like the first one more too. I'm just a Superman fanboy. I just
Of course. I get
just
you.
want it.
All right.
Anyways, continue.
For the final one. It's my go. And I mentioned this to you guys personally a bunch of times. Look, a John Wick video game. How's that haven't happened yet? I think it would be perfect. And I don't actually want it in the style. Like I remember Danny, you mentioned you want it. It's gonna be kind of like Arkham and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's my first thought. Like, the reason why it hasn't happened is because it's oversaturated and there's a hella Arkham games right now, and there's hella like Arkham style video games out. So
I don't want it in that style. Have you ever heard of the game Sleeping Dogs?
Oh yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I feel like that fits John Wick way more.
I don't.
Then how come?
I don't. Reason being, is because like okay, so reason being like yes, there's a lot of shooting and all that kind of stuff and blah 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 in that kind of style in John Wick. But the real attraction to John Wick and um the real grab to me for John Wick is the hand to hand combat is the uncut choreographed fight scenes.
Fight sequences. I understand.
So I honestly feel what?
Question for you.
Mm.
You played Sleeping Dogs?
I have a little. I just my first
I think personally, right?
Mm.
I've beaten the game twice. I'm actually playing through it right now. Like what's going again right now. So I feel like a big part of Sleeping Dogs is the gameplay. Is like more of like the hand to hand combat more so than the actual gunplay. But I feel like you can't have John Wick and just have it be the choreography. Even though that again, that shit's hype. It's fire. I agree with you. I think those are like the best parts of it. Bar from 3, I think 3's like gunplay sequences were amazing.
Oh my god, I think 3 has the most gunplay.
But easy. But with Sleeping Dogs, what I love about it, what Sleeping Dogs does with like the combat is it kind of does kind of have the whole like counter this guy and fight him. But the thing is, what Wei Shen does in the game, he uses his environment. And what does John Wick also do? Uses his environment to his advantage to fight like these hordes of people. So like I'm thinking more so along the lines of like, you're fighting, you see a knife on the ground, he picks it up with like his foot. He has a knife. Now he has a knife to use in his fights. You can get his own kills with it. Also, he has his handgun. You can use that to like execution style your enemies.
Yeah.
You build up like a meter and stuff, so you can like use it to like gun what's it called, shot to the head.
Okay,
just
so
like he does
let
in the
me
movies.
ask you this because you'll probably know this off the top of your head. What came out? What kind of game style came out first though? Because what you're kind of describing to me, I feel like Arkham came out before Sleeping Dogs did, and I feel like
but I don't feel like Sleeping Dogs plays like Arkham.
I feel like it's very similar to kind of pick straws out.
Once again, I'm gonna mention Arkham has a lot of sons.
Yeah. I feel like Sleeping Dogs is one of its sons.
I think it's different in from Arkham. Again, I played Arkham, I played Sleeping Dogs, and like I wouldn't say they're the exact same experience.
No. But it's obvious that Sleeping Dogs is.
It's obviously inspired, 100%.
Yeah, it's obviously inspired. I think
because it's inspired doesn't mean to completely cut it out because it does its own things better. Sleeping Dogs is much more of an environmental kill style kind of game. The combat, the hand to hand combat is much more like prevalent than like what do you call it? Oh yeah. Hand to hand combat is much more prevalent than like the gunplay. In Sleeping Dogs, you do have guns in Sleeping Dogs, but that is definitely not the main focus.
Well then, hold on. Let's gauge the room, Andrew.
So we're talking about Sleeping Dogs, right?
Versus Arkham.
See, I don't want like another superhero movie. It's too saturated. But Battinson was really good. I really liked it. I know Arkham would be way better, but I'm almost leaning towards Sleeping Dogs just for the sake of like it was definitely like not given like enough appreciation, as well as like Ubisoft, they cut corners better than fucking Gordon Ramsay with a steak. And Watch Dogs 2 was even worse. So like
that wasn't
if we're talking perfect execution for our ideas, I think I want to see Watch Dogs because the creativity with hacking
for John Wick.
Oh,
for
John Wick as like a video game?
Yeah.
I think that would be fantastic. I think it could definitely be like a bloody, gory shoot 'em up.
I think we're all just arguing for the same thing. I just think that, like, obviously, I feel like I'm more rooted in like where it originally came from, where you guys are more in the inspiration of. But I think
I feel like Catch me. I feel like nothing's original nowadays. We all take from something.
But here's my thing. Here's this is what I was gonna introduce. I think if it was to really work for a John Wick movie, and you guys can shout at me if not, is that if it came up with its own kind of style in terms of like inspiration of the Arkham fighting style, like Watch Dogs did.
I was more so thinking of like we use Sleeping Dogs as a skeleton because again, I think that game fits what John Wick is more than the Arkham games.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Batman is Batman. I don't think John Wick and Batman are very similar. But this guy with Sleeping Dogs, I would definitely see it. I mean, John Wick isn't really.
John Wick kills when he breathes.
Yeah, that motherfucker's on a rampage more than
I've seen him kill 3 guys with a pencil.
That seems so good.
Again, like Daniel, like you're fighting. You're by a desk. You build up your little kill meter thing. Mind you, the kill meter is not in Sleeping Dogs. You build up the kill meter thing. Take the guy, kill him with the pencil right there.
Yeah, but I feel like
let it really be.
I feel like the kill meter would. I feel like the kill meter would work with John Wick because he doesn't. I mean, like his goal is to outright kill somebody, but like in the movies, you see him like kind of build up to it, have some like hand-to-hand combat, and then go for the kill. So it feels like he is building up his kill meter, then going for the kill. So I feel like it would work.
That's my thought process behind it. I just feel like the Arkham games is more about building up your combos, you know? John Wick's more about getting the situation done and leaving. You know, and going on to your next sequence. I feel like that's more fitting for John Wick. And of course, you'll have your little gunplay sequence, and it'll have their own little gun gameplay. I haven't had that figured out.
To be honest, I look, the only thing I think what kind of kills John Wick is to have a lot of gun sequences. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think you need all of those. I think you can make a fantastic John Wick game without having.
Because I like Halle Berry. That's her sequence with the dogs was cool, but I was so bored. Like
you were bored. I thought that was one of the best sequences in the movie.
Bro, I do not watch John Wick for the gun sequences. I watch him to see him kick some ass, not shoot everybody to death.
Bro, you're capping.
Unpopular opinion. I don't give a shit. I was literally watching that sequence with my girlfriend. I was like, it's all right. Look, the dogs are cool, but this isn't what I watch John Wick for. But
we're gonna have a John Wick style fight right now. I swear to God.
Yeah, you know what? I will die on this hill, my guy. I think it's like
I'm gonna die alone, sad.
I don't give a shit because I think it's the weakest sequence in that movie, and probably the whole franchise too.
Oof.
I think you're weak as hell.
Oof.
And you know what? I will gladly die on this hill.
See, I'm not gonna break up this fight. This is good television right here.
Because look, the only saving grace it has are the dogs. Andrew, did you see the fight sequence? Not the fight sequence.
No. I think I only saw John Wick 1 and 2, but they were really good. I love them.
I think 1 might be the best one, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, when you start off with something new, of course it's like nice and fresh. It just came out of the oven. You bite it.
Like I said,
off.
I don't watch John Wick for the fighting sequence. Not for the shooting sequence. I watch him to kick some ass.
Niggas talking like, oh, John Wick only used guns in the whole movie. He's not talking about the horse sequence. He's not talking about the hand-to-hand combat at the end of the movie. He's not talking about what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that one sequence with Halle Berry in Morocco. And you know what, Jabari? You know what? You can get as salty as you want. You can bitch at me all you want. It is the weakest sequence in the whole franchise. Shut the fuck up. Let's continue.
Oh my God.
Listen. All right. Look.
Discussion over.
Agree to disagree before.
No, fuck that. Discussion over.
Oh my God. Whatever. Okay. So on that note, okay, for
anybody who wants to get at me, you can see me on Twitter.
for movies to games. What do we put in our what do we put in our
Our
investments
points into. Let's see. We got
I think Indiana
We had
Jones is the
this is
same
movies to
right now.
games. We had Limitless,
Out.
David Cage game.
Out.
We had we have a John Wick into a Sleeping Dogs style game.
What
And
what do I have to invest? What's my equity looking like, bro?
Oh my
What's
god.
it looking like? It's John Wick. It's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Well,
That's
you know
true.
what? You know what? Fuck that dog sequence, bro.
Okay, it's just a dog during the game. We have that one. And I'm sorry, Daniel, I was so heated. I forgot what yours was.
You know what? You know what? Because of that, I'm out of your game, and Indiana Jones
No,
will be the one.
I'm so heated. What's going on? What was yours again? Tell me.
You know what? The Indiana Jones Last of Us kind of style game would be great.
I remember the Superman one. But I like the first one more.
You know, Andrew, he's just dissing me because I'm just saying it over and over again right now. I don't know. He's disrespecting me on his show.
When you
on
push
our
that
show.
button.
You know what? All right, but this is my last episode of.
Jesus Christ. Daniel, can you kindly tell me what the game was again?
All right, for the 80th time. Indiana Jones as The Last of Us would be exquisite.
That's the one that gets mine. I like
Ooh.
the idea.
See, a little treaty, a little peace between brothers.
He's trying to appease me. He's giving me appeasements right now.
I'm being impartial.
We only have one penny to give, or are we giving one for each category?
We're giving one for each category.
Okay.
Andrew, which one do you have for this one?
Well, I'm keeping my penny.
What the fuck? You better give it to my David Cage game, son of a bitch. So we got Indiana Jones and Jabbar, yours was Sleeping Dogs? Is that what we were saying?
We have an Indiana Jones Last of Us style game, John Wick Sleeping Dog style game, and Limitless David Cage style game. That's what we got.
I won't vote for myself. I'll have to go with John Wick Sleeping Dogs. That does sound really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Daniel?
like.
Is it because I destroyed your game?
Oh no, because GTA is so much fun. So I can only imagine like Watch Dogs plus like just absolute murder mayhem, like tiled up to 10. Like I think that would be an experience, and I would like to see what that could create. Meanwhile, like I've already played Last of Us, and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with history, not kidding.
With Harrison Ford, obviously.
If I had to pick between the two, John Wick gets my pick, but if not, I'm keeping my penny.
Oh my god.
So cool, John Wick got it.
Excellent choice.
Okay, now for games to movies, we had the Overwatch MCU.
Y'all are cap if y'all don't vote for that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If that is the best movie franchise we'll ever see in our lifetime, along with the MCU, maybe. I don't know.
This man watched 10-hour Overwatch lore videos.
It's
okay. First of all, let's calm down. Let's dial it back. Let's dial it.
Oh my god.
All right, we have that one. We have Metal Gear Solid.
I feel like if they do if that were to happen, and if Metal Gear Solid was done right, it would honestly be probably the best kind of like modern spy movie. But it has yet to happen. So
I feel like we need more of them. Honestly, I haven't seen a good espionage style movie in a long time, or at least released in a while. You know,
yeah,
I'd love to see like a good decent one. You know what I mean? That's kind of the idea I was going with it.
And then what was Andrew? Oh, the Destiny one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out.
Andrew, I love you.
Damn.
I'm not trying to see Chores the movie either.
It's not Chores.
Dog, it is Chores the game. Now Chores the movie. Nah, I'm good.
Nah, I think hear me out. Just the spectacle of all the weapons and abilities, like translated to on screen, I think would be a graphics feast for the eyes.
If I'm gonna be actually impartial, I actually think it's a good shout. But just because there's literally nothing in terms of like stories, and it's just grinding, and it has so much.
No,
potential.
there's in fact the lore is so deep, but it's just not really explored very well. So I think that's why
Exactly.
the adaptation would be
Okay,
good.
So
not
it
following
it,
it
it,
too much.
it, it has it has so much potential, but
You
but
have to send it to me today. I'm
But hey,
sorry. I'm sorry, my
that,
friend. I'd have to say I'm out.
I just
that
like
is fine.
towards the movie. No, I'm out. No.
Mhm.
I'll be first in line for that movie.
Okay, but for me, I'll go for the Overwatch verse. I'll pick that
Oh,
one.
you can't tell me it's not good, right? Like
No, no,
it
yeah,
has
for sure.
way more potential, and the characters actually have character, unlike in towards the movie.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's true. They are already like established.
And for
Andrew, how
all our
about you?
listeners, I love
Metal Gear
Andrew.
Solid movie or Overwatch?
Wait, what were the two choices? What was the first one you said?
The Metal Gear Solid movie or the Overwatch MCU um movie series thing franchise?
See, I think if Overwatch the movie came out, they would cut the story and just leave the multiplayer. I I like
Not entirely
a
wrong.
Metal Gear Solid, honestly. I would love to see that like adapted into a movie because they do have really good story.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, I'm gonna give it to Metal Gear. Overwatch I know
Mm-hmm.
has a lot of potential, but like
You just lost out on a
eh,
$1 billion movie
I
franchise
know
here.
I'm gonna make $10 bajillion, but like if I'm thinking of movies that I'll actually enjoy and I don't have to watch Moist Critical give it like a 30% on his little moist meter, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Metal Gear.
Hey, gang, 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 gang. All right,
Um,
guys. Had a
I
lot of
just
fun. Had a lot of fun.
I just
Me
want to
too.
say
And
I love my friends. I'm not here.
Aw.
I'm just here shitting on their parades because it's funny. But I
No,
love
you're a sunshine daffodil.
all right. Thank you guys for doing this with me. I'm down to do this again sometime. It was fun.
Absolutely.
You're welcome. I guess.
All right. On that note, you already know what it is. Thank you for listening, everyone. Get your money up, not your funny up. Bye bye.
Bye bye.